My Hero Academia is a weird phenomenon in anime. Now, over recent years, anime as a whole has attracted new fans who genuinely love what anime has to offer, settling into certain genres they find most interesting. But then you have others, casual fans who I would say are more fascinated with the popularity of anime than actual anime itself. These are the types that get easily offended by certain tropes, unable to distinguish between reality and fiction. Another name for them are called tourists, people who have a general interest in something on the surface level, but then seek to change everything about it at the core of it because it doesn't accommodate their every sensibility. Maybe they came across a Demon Slayer fight clip and thought the animation looked cool, but then as they begin to watch further, they find it to be problematic and start voicing their complaints on social media, which is why a lot of fans who've been watching anime their whole lives have radically changed their position on gatekeeping, seeing it now as a necessity to protect it, but at the same time, it may be too late because anime has become too damn popular. And this is definitely evident with My Hero Academia. Now, we all watch movies, shows, listen to music, etc. to escape from reality, but with MHA, there's a very fringe group that do the opposite. They think the fantasy fictional world of MHA is reality. I remember my niece showing me a compilation of MHA fans to show me firsthand the type of fringe fandom that is attached to this anime in particular. It was people dressed up in MHA Class A costumes, and the way they presented themselves was kinda off-putting and very weird to watch. This went beyond cosplay, or better put, didn't even begin to be cosplay. These were people who actually thought they were the characters, or at least related to them in some way. Almost like how a 5-year-old child may watch Spider-Man and try to imitate his moves jumping off the wall or the couch, honestly thinking they share the same powers as him. That's what I was witnessing in this video. But instead, these weren't children. These were adults, or at least adolescents, a phase you should be out of once you reach a certain age. It's like a delayed or prolonged childhood they can't get out of, and for some reason, My Hero Academia in particular seems to really attract these types. One thing that really shocked me was how people got so upset when Mina's true skin color was revealed. People were so invested in her being of a certain race, they felt personally offended when learning the truth. So much they started calling the creator, Horikoshi himself, racist. It surprised me because it's not like the show sets you up to believe otherwise. I think due to the popularity of anime, people forget it's Japanese made. So for me, I was confused by certain people's reaction. Japanese made, so Japanese characters make sense, right? But for some, their headcanon is much more important and must be fulfilled at every turn. This weird entitlement they have to Japanese creators needing to dictate how their art should be made. And when it's not listened to, they become like a child throwing a temper tantrum. Now for me, I always believed Jet from Cowboy Bebop was black. I remember my friend telling me he doesn't think he's black, but it was something I just assumed. Now if the creator came out and confirmed he's not in fact black, I wouldn't respond like a toddler and start calling him names. I would just say, oh okay, I guess I got it wrong, and go back to enjoying the damn show. It's not that serious. Jet's skin color doesn't make or break the show, but the characters in the show who fill the world of Cowboy Bebop do on their own. It's not even something I think about, to be honest, but for some, it's all they think about. Now, more recently, what has caused such a stir was the extended chapter released from Horikoshi. In it was shown how everyone grew up, how Class A has progressed to higher ranks in the hero world, how their lives have grown, and I won't give spoilers to certain specifics, but there's one scene or panel in particular that really made an upset. In just a few panels, it's shown that while at a bar or a restaurant, everyone's hanging out, sharing laughs and drinks, good old times. And from a distance, Deku spots Ochako, giving that classic it's now or never look to finally admit his true feelings. Then skipping ahead, it has him running towards her, yelling out to her to get her attention as she turns around. And this is something straight out of the 80s movie, I swear. Classic setup, man, so good. They both stare at each other, and with a push of confidence from Toga, gotta love it. This is really good. She bumps into Deku, causing a really sweet moment as they nervously chuckle and smile at each other, leading them to fulfilling their true feelings for each other. How can you hate on this, man? Seriously, but no. Hold the phone. Can't have that. Two characters who like each other and actually get together, not on my watch. My headcanon must be acknowledged and come first at all times. But all jokes aside, it's hard to believe that this caused such an upset, to the point where 10,000 people unfollowed Horikoshi himself, the author, calling him homophobic, a misogynist, all these names because they were upset that Baku and Deku didn't get together, or Toga and Ochako being together. It's really puzzling because it makes you ask, were we really following the same story? It's not like the story set you up to believe otherwise. From the start, it's always been alluded that Deku likes Ochako and vice versa. Like, people's headcanon sometimes can be just people's delusion, it seems, truthfully. It even got to the point where people made art to mirror the panels, but instead of Deku and Ochako, it showed Deku and Baku getting together. Now, I understand fan art, that's something that's normal, right? But I wouldn't call this fan art. This is like hater art. Fan art is something that's done out of love for the creator and the creation to show how much you're a fan of it, right? But this was done out of spite and just negativity, hate for the creator for not fulfilling their headcanon. And it really shows how certain people have an unhealthy attachment to these characters. Again, it's something I don't understand because it's such a heartwarming scene showing the characters having a good time. It's a happy ending. I mean, you gotta be on some Joker wanting to see the world burn type shit, not to enjoy what Horikoshi has given to us. You would have thought it was the Red Wedding that just occurred from Game of Thrones the way people reacted to this. Something I've said before and I'll keep saying is the average Western viewer, increasingly when consuming entertainment, they're looking to be offended, find something morally wrong with it, and be the first to social media to call it out. But the average Eastern viewer, when consuming entertainment, they're just looking to be entertained, and it's that simple. And if it's not entertaining, they just move on to something else like an adult. It's not that serious. But that's all I really have for this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. If you haven't already, check out my music on Spotify, link in the description. If you enjoy those Samurai Champloo, mellow boom bap vibes, then my music is definitely for you. But that's all I have. I'll see you in the next video. Free think. Peace.